Just want to start off by announcing that there will be an updated AMV for the Bleach series and maybe one for Chainsaw Man. It just depends on how much time I have to make these beats because I make them all myself. The AMVs will be paid for though because I don't have time for that. But yeah, next week's video or episode review analysis thing will have a Bleach AMV, a new intro, so look out for that. In the meantime,
go crazy, go crazy, go crazy, no crazy, no crazy, no crazy,
Happy Monday, happy Bleach Monday, happy Blood War Monday, whatever you want to call it. My name is Weekly Shonen and I am very sorry. Okay, two more things I want to address really quick. One, there's not going to be a 1062 review for One Piece. Actually, there is. Hold on, here it is. Here's the whole thing. Right, look, you ready? Law's going to get packed up. As for the Jujutsu Kaisen review, that's going to turn into like a sequel to this video here. I'm just going to take all the bits that we've learned recently and see if I can speculate things that are not so obvious about Kenjaku's plan. Let's see how that works out. I don't really care about that right now. I don't care about the future. I don't care about the past. I care about the present, as my man said. So let's get into it. Bleach episode 2 or 368, depending on what calendar you use, which is kind of ironic. Episode 2 picks up from the ending of episode 1, introducing Yuha as the proper Chad who instills fear and respect at the same time. Kind of made me think of Muzan from Demon Slayer. The return of the episode titles, man, nut. And the brass to complement it, double nut. And the after opening scenes, I am the most stuffed right now. I don't even gotta say it, because everyone knows it and everyone's already saying it, but the opening is a banger. It would be a sin punishable by death to skip it. Unless, of course, you're somehow still anime only, in which case I feel bad for you because this opening is just spoilers galore. There are 3 Stern Ritter in particular that I just can't wait to see. Number 1, I need that Zombosi. That's my priority. Second is Asnot because that fight with this new animation style is just gonna look terrifying and I can't wait to see it. And the third is kind of an honorable mention because I only really want to see Bambietta just to hear Tekken get giddy about being able to say her name again. So yeah, it's my own personal fan pick. One thing I gotta say I'm not looking forward to though is the introduction of Squad Zero because spoilers, they get washed up. All right, I'll leave the rest of the opening analysis to the professionals. On with the episode. This week's episode covers chapters 485 through 488. So no, unfortunately no March of the Star-Crossed, but I'm willing to wait another 7 days for that. Ichigo revealing Ebern's Quincy ties is unfortunately interrupted by the announcement of Sasakibe's death. Seems like there was a mistranslation here, so I went ahead and fixed that. Ha! Funny. Also familiar. Also familiar. Also very cute. The scene with Yamamoto's sort of mourning Sasakibe is just another example of how beautifully quiet these episodes can be when they just let moments sit. And it's weird because, again, we're going through like 4 chapters at a time, but we have enough time to just let things milk out. Speaking of having enough time to create a moment or just let a moment sit, I'm glad that we got this flashback because it wasn't in the manga, but it really does make Yuha look like a god. Absolutely necessary, you know, not necessary after what we saw at the beginning of the episode, but it's like some Eren Yeager rumbling stuff and it just makes the moment feel a lot more real. The GOAT is back, my boy! Speaking of Attack on Titan, I know it's like the 3rd time already, but like, these mid-cards, really cool. So is this line foreshadowing or an Easter egg? Because look at this panel in the manga. Is that not a little sus? That Stand Up Be Strong remix is back and I still can't Shazam it. You don't you dare talk about my lord. Studio Pierrot decided to pay homage to Naruto and it's gone. God damn, the ending is also a bop. But like mainly the it feels like I'm sinking falling bit. The rest of it is cool, but this bit I might have to try and sample. Stern Ritter J's introduction is almost as raw as Yuha's, so props because, you know what happens to him. But, you know, a worthy opponent. Worthy enough opponent to introduce the strength of the Stern Ritter. So looking forward to this fight here. As much as I have been enjoying the season so far and all this setup, I can't wait for that March of the Star-Crossed, man. Like this, it's just like the beginning of the end. So like, oh my goodness, I just can't wait. I can't wait, I have to wait, I have no choice. Can't complain when the episodes look like this. The only thing I really can't complain about is that, you know, I gotta wait another 7 days for another one. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, another great episode. Can't complain when they look as good as this. You know, I guess we'll see our first real fight scene next week. It's remained pretty one-to-one aside from, and here's where we take the tangent before the end of the video. Yeah, that scene that I mentioned last week did not pop up. I'm guessing that we're leaving that bit out. And by that bit, obviously we already know that the Quincy killing hollows instead of, you know, recycling their souls kind of disrupts the balance. So maybe it's just not needed anymore. But in terms of what I'm expecting from that scene that got cut, it's that whole situation where Captain Kyoraku approaches Ichigo's friends and is like, he might not be able to come back. So I'm thinking that got cut out because it didn't happen in the manga anyway, and maybe it's just like too much. I don't have any real expectation for this plot line, whether they decide to, you know, keep it and implement it a different way or just to cut it out entirely is perfectly fine with me. I just don't want it to be, you know, having things up in the air like it did in the manga, and I also just want the ending, the defeat of Yuha to feel a little more satisfying rather than, you know, an ass pull. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, again, I have faith in this adaptation so far. It's doing great right now. So, you know, we'll see. We'll wait till next week, see what happens with the March of the Star-Crossed. That's all I got today. So, my name is Weekly Shonen. I will see you tomorrow for Chainsaw Man, and then Wednesday for some Kinjaku gossip. So, look out for those things. Yeah, have a great day. See you soon. Bye.